Jananīṃ Śāradāṃ Devīṃ Rāmakrishnaṃ Jagadgurum Pādapadme tayo śritvā Pranamāmi muhurmuhu. Sri Ramakrishna is telling, Parvati was born as daughter of King Himalaya. After her birth, she revealed to the king her various divine forms. The father said, Well, daughter, you have shown me all these forms. That is nice. But you have another aspect which is Brahman. Please show me that. Father, replied Parvati, if you seek the knowledge of Brahman, then renounce the world and live in the company of holy men. But the king Himalaya insisted. Thereupon Parvati revealed her Brahman form. And immediately the king fell down unconscious. We hear in our Puranas how the various aspects of Divine Mother, herself being one with the Absolute in the latent state and slowly evolving stage by stage into the universe. The Chaitanya and Chit Shakti remain one after the dissolution of the universe. Matter and energy are interconvertible. The whole matter becomes energy, and energy merges in the Absolute. Just like my powers, my all energy merge in me when I sleep. The whole universe goes back. Now from the evolution onwards, the Chit Shakti is one with the Chaitanya. Slowly, after equal time, it was there as the universe, it again pulsates. Mahakala will be present. The whole manifestation takes place. Now, you see various aspects of Divine Mother. As the pure consciousness, she was there. Now she is separating Ichcha Shakti, Kriya Shakti, Jnana Shakti, separating the whole thing for the universe to come up again. And not one universe. Here and then millions of universes, Ananta Koti Brahmanda are coming up. And each universe is an independent existence, relative existence, bound by time and space relativity. So that is absolute existence, this is universe is relative existence. Absolute existence is unchanging, eternal, infinite existence. This is constantly changing universe. Now this, from there to the Binduvasini, to the Mula Prakriti, how she goes on transforming as the Divine Mother of the universe. As you just imagine the Parameshwari, Maheshwari and all these aspects, surely before the moment the universe comes into a picture, the same power is becoming universe, multifarious universes, various dimensions, various layers, various planes of existence, Bhuvasvahama, all these planes of existence, the Virat, Hiranyagarbha and Ishvara, all these different levels of existence, all this whole universe becomes pervades it as Mother Nature and governs the whole universe as Prakriti. Before that Mula Prakriti, she is taking various forms. After the universe forms, she keeps her own independent existence apart from the universe and all beings. These various aspects of hers, she goes on revealing the way in which she, like a lasya dance, how the absolute becomes the relative. One by stage, one Prakriti and 7 Vikritis. All this, they are her own forms. Apart from this, she can assume any form. She is formless but unlimited. Now all these forms, many of the forms she shows to her father after the birth. Just like when Krishna was born, he shows his real form to his mother and father. Like that, Gauri, Parvati also shows these various forms to father. Then father asks, you have shown all this with form, all these forms, but there is your another aspect, the formless. I want to see that formless aspect as Brahman. Then she says, all this you can have, but if you want to have the Brahmajnana, the knowledge of the Absolute, there is no duality. You have to renounce the whole world, because the knowledge of the Absolute is one. There cannot be two. I cannot be, if world is there, if I hold on to anything of this world, now I am there, world is there, my holding is there, multiplicity has come into picture already, and I am aspiring for one. All this has to merge back. The moment I renounce this world, it merges back in the Absolute. I merge in the Absolute. I know the knowledge of the Absolute, because there is one now. Even if we transcend, either passing inward, crossing one by one, Annamaya, Pranamaya, Manomaya, Vijnanamaya, Anandamaya, then also we get the one without second. Transcending the external nature, also we get that one. I am identifying with the body in waking state, rest of the universe is left out. If I unite myself with the rest of the universe also, then I am Purna. The moment I unite with the rest of myself, uniting with the rest of the existence is called yoga. Yoga is joining, becoming one with whatever you want to become one with the rest of the existence. Microcosm immediately turns out to be macrocosm. The individual becomes the cosmic. So this manifestation, this increase. Now, the moment you go at cosmic level, you see there was one. Jiva Jagat and Ishvara were never there. You see one that has become the many. You see that one. If you want to see the one, you have to give up this. And it immediately merges back into, you grow into the infinite. Thereupon Parvati revealed her Brahman form, and immediately the king fell down unconscious. All that I have said, all that I have just said belongs to the realm of reasoning. There are 3 channels. One is through Jnana Marga, love of God, Bhakti Marga, through intellect, reasoning and logic I use, neti, this is not God, I go on renouncing. Then I reach, that is through Jnana Marga. I have love also, Bhakti Marga. Another is Mantra Yoga, Parapashanti Madhyama Vaikari. It leads to the absolute existence. So we have 3 channels. Sri Ramakrishna is telling, I told about the reasoning path. Brahman alone is real and world is illusory. This is the main difference between the Bhakti school and the Jnana school. That world is illusory, Maya. This world is Maya, illusory. Brahman alone is real. When I say this is illusory, I have to renounce this. In Bhakti Yoga, I accept and transcend. In Jnana Yoga, I reject and then transcend. So Brahman alone, that is reasoning. And everything but Brahman is like dream. But this is an extremely difficult path. To one who follows it, even the divine play in the world becomes like a dream and appears unreal. Means God coming as avatara and to transform the world, to release millions of souls. When God is coming, that also is duality. That also becomes a dream for them. To one who follows it, even the divine play in the world becomes like a dream and appears unreal. His I also vanishes. The person's ego also disappears. The followers of this path do not accept the divine incarnation. It's a very difficult path. The lovers of God should not hear much of such reasoning. Those who are going by the path of bhakti, they need not listen to the jnana patha, because it's going to create guilt and it is an obstruction in the path. One way, I have accepted this world as real and I am going to go beyond. Another is, I am rejecting this as unreal. Now what to hold? That problem comes. Lovers of God should not hear much of the reasoning. That's why God incarnates Himself as man and teaches the people the path of devotion. He exhorts people to cultivate self-surrender to God, following the path of devotion. That's why God incarnates Himself. For they say, God incarnates Himself for bhaktas alone. Then is reject avatara. If anything with form, rupa, nama, rupa, karma is there, it is not Brahman, it is not God. So they go that path. Both will reach the ultimate reality. In realizing God, there is no difference. But here, incarnation, that's why God incarnates Himself as man and teaches the people the path of devotion. He exhorts people to cultivate self-surrender to God, following the path of devotion. In path of devotion, main thing is, I am going to accept this world as real. I participate in the world and all my duties I do. I don't go by the path of adharma. There is no adharma and asatya. And through the path of dharma, I do all my duties of life and offer it to God as my worship. This is Bhakti Yoga. In Bhakti Yoga, I don't reject, I do. I keep the kartritva, bhoktritva, jnatritva. And whatever I do, I offer it to Him. While offering, I do whatever I do in my life. I don't do bad. I will do only good. I will do what is dharma. And this, whatever I do, I offer I retain the kartrutva, bhoktritva, jnatritva, and bhoktritva will be exclusively what God gives me. As His prasad, I take. And then in whatever I do, I offer to God. In offering, there will be doership, the fruit of the action, and action itself. Karma, kartritva, both, and karma phala. All the three are offered to God as His worship. I do, the sense of my doing is also offered. The karma I have done itself is offered. And its fruit what I am going to get also. I can never say again, once I offer my karma, I can never say again that I have done that, because doing itself is offered. The karma is also offered. What is going to come also is offered. I can never, I do worship, and Sri Krishna, Ram Krishna Arpana Mastu, if I do, I cannot go and tell others I have done puja, because it has been offered. This is path of bhakti. Following the path of devotion, one realizes everything to the grace of God, both knowledge and supreme wisdom. They get the bhakta doesn't lack anything. What the Advaitins, following the path of Advaita, Jnana Marga, what they reach, the bhakta also reaches that. And it is by the grace of God. God leads them to reveal His own with form and without form aspect. God sports in this world. He is under the control of His devotee. Bhaktanukampa dhrita vigraham vai. For the sake of bhaktas, He takes the form and appears in the universe. The Absolute is appearing in and through the universe. Because they cannot even conceive mentally what it is. Like a blind man can never conceive, because he doesn't have sense of seeing. He can never know what this world is. What is light, he can never know. A blind person can never know what is light, what is colors, nothing. What is seeing, he doesn't know. Because he is blind. Like that, we can never know what is absolute, what is transcendental. We use the term, but because there is no time and space. What is timeless existence we cannot conceive. Intellect also cannot conceive, understand. So, what is spaceless existence? Space is not that it exists. Time is not that it exists. What exists is the space-time continuum. Without space-time continuum, what is that existence? Mind cannot conceive. Within the realm of time and space, mind can conceive everything. Past, present, future, whatever is there, it can conceive. But beyond it cannot. So, God, who is transcendental, appears in the world as avatara to give the fulfillment and show the path to the beyond, path to the transcendental. God sports in the world. It is called Leela. He is under the control of His devotees. The devotee is one who intensely loves God and does all his duties as a worship unto Him. Because he has given up his ego, his whole dependence is on God. You get it done through me. And wherever he does as an instrument in the hand of God. So he dissolves his kartritva. You do, I can't do. That way he holds on to God, avalambana, because he is holding on to God, dependence on God, and offering everything to God. He doesn't have anything other than God. So the whole support of his existence is God. God exists, so he is alive. As to that extent, if God is not there, he is no more. To that extent, he is one with God. So, such a devotee, God is under the control of the devotees. He is under the control of devotee. To be a devotee, how much difficult it is. I cannot have my independent ego working anywhere. My will not work. I merge my will in the divine will. I merge my ego at the place my ego at the feet of God. It will not work. Kartritva, bhoktritva, jnatritva, all the three which pertains to ego, ahankara. Ahankara contains kartritva, doership, enjoyership and knowership. All are placed at the feet of God. Ego is placed at the feet of God. So God has to listen to, because he doesn't have anybody. Shama, the Divine Mother, herself tied by the cord of love for her devotee. They are tied, as if tied. Devotee is holding the thread. Sometimes God becomes the magnet and the devotee the needle, and sometimes devotee becomes the magnet and God the needle. The devotee attracts God to him, and God is the beloved of his devotee and is under his control. How the God yields himself and accepts the devotee as superior to him. God, who is the Lord of the whole universe, becomes like a servant of the bhaktas. We have seen this time and again in life of every saint, how God participates in their life, every bit of the thing. According to one school, the gopis of Vrindavan, like Yashoda, had believed in the formless God in their previous births, but they did not derive any satisfaction from this belief. That is why later on they enjoyed so much bliss in the company of Sri Krishna in Vrindavan episode of his life. According to one school, the gopis of Vrindavan, those who had done great tapas for thousands of years to reach God, to reach the Brahman, renouncing all the things, the whole path of jnana is dry, because heart is not fulfilled, it remains empty, is full of jnana and rejection, everything, not this, neti. He is going on rejecting and going. He is finding his heart empty. A devotee wrote from US long back a letter. In that she was telling she belonged to the Orthodox Christianity. And she said, I could not get complete fulfillment and satisfaction in my religion. So I started searching various religions. I started studying little by little. Then I somehow came across Buddhism as the most suitable for her. Then she started practicing Buddhism. She started going to the Buddhistic monasteries here, there, take the books and study, and started doing spiritual practices. After years she was finding everything is new, everything is so nice. And then she started doing observing all the disciplines of the Buddhistic path and all that, striving for nirvana. But after a few years of practice, sincere practice, she said, "Oh, my mind and intellect is full, but there is dearth in my heart. Nothing is able to fulfill my, where shall I focus my heart? Where shall I focus my, somewhere I must be able to hold something with my heart. I am feeling the heart empty now." Then she started searching other Jainism, Hinduism and all that. In Hinduism she had some faith she developed, because it is totally impersonal aspect and more scientific than science. So she started holding on to that, and because she wanted something to balance between jnana and bhakti, then when she went through the Bhagavad Gita, she could get some information. When she read the Leela of Krishna, she started loving it. And in Bhagavad Gita, all the aspects of sadhana are shown. The Bhakti Yoga, Jnana Yoga, Karma Yoga, Raja Yoga, all aspects of sadhana, whatever is there, whatever way you can go to reach God has been already presented. So she found it, and life of Krishna was giving her the fulfillment of the heart. Bhagavad Gita was giving her the fulfillment of her intellect. So the whole, how to balance between bhakti and jnana, each one has to find out his own way through this karma, bhakti and jnana. How will you balance and reach God? Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Tat Sat Shri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu.